Yeah, the Premier League fixtures are announced. When you were both playing, I'll ask you, Jack, when you were both playing, when the fixtures were announced, did you just wait to see them on social media? Did you get them a day before from the club? How's it work?
No. I'd see it on social media.
Oh, the club would send them to you? Do you know if the club get them early than we do or not?
I don't know.
Do you know the answer to that, Benny?
I've never known. I've never even asked the question. It's not something I thought about.
I don't think it really matters, does it?
No, I don't. Well, it doesn't. But every year when they come out, we all look at them. Someone will go, like Arsenal, for example, they go, "Oh, we'll away at Palace first game. Why can't we be at home? That's not fair. The second game is against Leicester."
A lot of that doesn't. With the players, that doesn't really happen. But I tell you what, and I said before the break, we spoke about. I used to look at first goals coming from. I always felt that was incredibly important if you just gone to a new club. If you're a centre forward, you've gone to a new club. The last thing you want to do is go 1 game, 2 games without scoring a goal. So when I moved, I'm obviously going to Charlton, to Sunderland, Tottenham. If you're starting, you'd have to look. I always used to look, right, when can my first goal come from? And do you know what's crazy is that there were times that say you had lesser teams at the start, wouldn't score a goal, and then we'd have City, United, or whoever. And you think, oh, I'm not going to score there. And you get 2 out of the 3, so it's mad.
You played for quite a few sides. Yeah. Jack, you only played for one, really. I know you went on loan, but you played for one primarily. Benty, when the fixtures come out, would you look at the clubs you'd played for when you're playing them? Would you look for that game?
Not really, no. Just look for the big heads, really, when you began to play some of the big boys, you know what I mean? Where you start thinking, where can we get a few points there? We could have a little bit of a good run there. But it is exciting. I mean, for certainly some of the newly promoted teams, it must be. I know a lot of the players for the squads have played in the Premier League before, but it's still really exciting, isn't it, to play some of the big games? Because you want to go to you want to go to the Anfield, you want to go to Old Trafford. I know it's maybe not the team that it was at one stage, Manchester United, but it's still an iconic stadium. Yeah, it's so exciting. Do
you want to be home? First day of the season. Does it matter, Jack?
Ideally,
I'm surprised you think about that. I thought the answer would be yes.
I'm just thinking about my previous experiences of first game of the season. I've lost a few at home.
Excuse me.
You're right. Just some water.
Yeah, I'm okay. Water would be nice, yeah, but I'm okay.
So okay. I think ideally you'd like to be at home, but Arsenal are in London, so it's not as if it's like a long trip.
You're both Arsenal fans, right? You happy with Palace away first game?
No.
Are you not?
It's a tough game. We lost it recently.
I've just got flashbacks of Brentford away first game of the season, last season, where it was awful, but I just want to see some signings coming in. But Arsenal had a good season last season.
That game, by the way, live on talkSPORT. Your second game, let's talk about Arsenal's fixtures. Second game is against Leicester.
Yeah.
Third game is against Bournemouth. I mean, this is Fulham at home, week 4. These are good games for Arsenal. Aston Villa at home, you could argue, is a nice game to have as well. Just thinking when your first big game is. When is it?
Well, now, listen.
There you go, Man United early on in the season.
No, you said first big game.
Game week 6. The 3rd of what would that be? August, September. You're away at Old Trafford.
Yeah, but then they go to Everton, but then they go Brentford. But you're right, it's a kind start, you'd have to say, in some respects. But you saw the way they started off last season. No wins in the first 3 games. It was.
Yeah, but you know what? Last season was different. They played Brentford early. The whole team had COVID, so they had no players, and then they played Chelsea City.
Yeah, it's tough.
I look as a United fan, I look at the first couple of games, and then I look. Not so much now, but when we were competing and trying to win the Premier League, I'd always look at the run-in. And I had a look at that today. We've got Villa, Wolves, Bournemouth and Fulham. I'm thinking, I don't expect this to be because of how...
Who have you got?
Villa, Wolves, Bournemouth and Fulham.
So it could be out of one of you lot who go down.
There you go. I mean, that joke was on social media earlier, wasn't it, Jack?
Oh, was it?
That what you went for? Okay, it was. But that's what I do as a football fan. If my team's got a chance of challenging for the title, I look at the run-in. I thought that's quite a nice run-in to have. But
I mean, Arsenal's last 6 is tough because they got City, Chelsea, Newcastle are in there. We don't know what they're going to do. Brighton, Wolves, Forest.
You know what, as well, as a player, you looked at Christmas as well, you did. I remember looking at Christmas because you always played Boxing Day. And when I was at Arsenal, we would travel no matter what, home or away. So we could be travelling on Christmas Day.
I think Boxing Day is where they come back from the World Cup, isn't it? Boxing Day?
Is it?
Is it Boxing Day is where they resume the season?
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting.
It's just that one, and then the New Year's Eve game. There's no middle. It used to be a middle game, didn't there? But because of the World Cup, it's just Boxing
strange
day
to start getting it Boxing Day.
Why, as a footballer, did you hate playing on New Year's Day and Boxing Day?
Well, New Year's Day is my birthday.
Right. But you're not 9, are you?
But I still
I always find it weird when adults say, "Oh, it's my birthday, I must do something."
I'm just telling you, you should know now. I thought we were mates.
Why should I have known that?
Because we're mates.
All right. When was my birthday?
I don't know, because you're not my mate.
Oh, it's Gordon's.
Oh, that's the 12th of April.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I quite liked it playing on my birthday, playing at Christmas because, I mean, I grew up watching it all the time.
But on New Year's Day, so presumably New Year's Eve, what, are you stuck in a hotel?
Yeah.
Are you?
Do you know what though? You say that, but for players, it's not as big a deal, is it? Because you're so used to it.
Yeah.
New Year's was nothing. I thought, well, it was not.
So hold on. So when you're both a footballer and you're in the hotel on New Year's Eve, do you do anything? Do you have any New Year's celebration?
I'm sleeping
by then.
Yeah.
No way.
Of course.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So as a footballer, you never see the New Year in with mates or
Not
family?
really. It was normal for us. But the Christmas one was always a bit at times. Say you've got kids and stuff. Like I must have. I've enjoyed what I do now more so with Christmas because I actually get to spend it with the family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you're having to.
So how would it work on Boxing Day? You got to go in Christmas afternoon.
You either go in or no Christmas Day.
That's what I mean. Christmas afternoon.
You either go in early doors in the morning to train, or you go in late doors and then you travel.
That's a bit barking, isn't it?
Late doors, he said it again.
Late doors. It's not even a saying, but you've made up your own one.
Yeah, late doors.
Did you ever used to buy fellow pros presents when you go on Christmas Day?
We did Secret Santa a few times.
Oh, okay. What'd you get? Can you remember what you gave? Or
I can't remember.
is there budgets? Is it like 10 grand?
No,
a man
it
or
was
something?
more like banter.
Oh, okay.
If I buy someone a 10 grand present and they come back with a scarf or something, I'm taking that present back.
A golden scarf.
Let's believe
A golden star. What about the newbies that are in the Premier League now? I'm looking now at Nottingham Forest. Of course, their first game is away at Newcastle. But that's a game that they'll save you. I mean, going to St James's Park any time of year is going to be fantastic. But if you're new back in the Premier League and your first game is away at Newcastle, that's going to be great for the travelling fans. Isn't it?
it'd be going up there, the atmosphere. I'm not concerned about Forest, but do you know what I mean? The signings that gone in, losing Jed Spence as well, one or two issues. But no, I think Forest will be okay. But yeah, it's a good start to the season. We know Newcastle with a lot of money, they're expected to spend it. But listen, Forest could be going worse places than that.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier on Palace against Arsenal is live on talkSPORT. Also live on talkSPORT is newly promoted Fulham. They're at home to Liverpool. Jack, what do you make of that one?
I mean, it don't really get any harder than that, does it, for them? Yeah, I mean, you know what? We're sitting here and we're like talking about it, but we're not going to know until the transfer window's shut and everyone's got their squads.
No, one thing I know is that Liverpool are winning that game opening day of the season. They're beating Fulham. They've already got Nunes in. I think they've got someone in again today. I think 6 million. I think they've just signed someone for as well. So Liverpool winning that opening day.
Okay. Arsenal against Spurs. That's the first North London derby of the season. That's the 1st of October. When you look at the excuse me, I need some water.
Are you all right? You?
All right, I've just said I need some water.
He's nervous.
Jack,
He's nervous about tonight.
Let's talk about the first. It's in October, as he said there. The first North London derby at Arsenal, first at the 10th. I mean, again, this is a fixture that can go either way.
Yeah, it sounds like I need to be back, doesn't it?
October 1st.
What's the question?
What's the question?
Yeah, there was no question there.
No, I hadn't
There was
finished.
a statement. Go on, what's your question?
What can you ask about that?
Well, no, what's your question? You just said you would take over.
How good is it to play in them games, Jack? Awful question.
You should know. You played in it.
Awful question. Awful question. Start getting Andy go.
Are you sure you want to hand back to me?
Do you want to choke anymore?
Who's favourites for that one? It's got to be Spurs, isn't it?
I don't know. Again, like we're going to know more when the transfer window's closed.
Let me ask you this. Talking about transfers, right? Both of you.
Calvin Ramsey, Aberdeen, is what they've signed.
For 6 million. When your team sign a player, right, how do you find out? Do you find out with the rest of us on Sky Sports News or talkSPORT?
Nah, there'll be a rumour around the club.
Right. You got WhatsApps, I'm guessing? WhatsApp groups?
Yeah.
Right.
They wouldn't really discuss it on the
But
WhatsApp group.
how would you find it? If you're playing for Arsenal, let's just say.
If I was playing for Arsenal, I was...
the physio might say
I
something.
was really close to the physio.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Right.
Don't say anything. You just said it on air.
No.
No, I see.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
okay,
say,
move on. Yeah,
why
okay.
were you close to the physio?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm an adult.
And like I'd ask him, you got any medicals like on
But that's how
deadline
you'd
day?
find out.
Yeah.
Whispers.
Well, I'm not going to go and knock on the manager's door
No,
and
I
ask
just
him.
wondered if there'll be like a club announcement. You're all in. You get an email. I don't know, something like that. No, that's how it should be done, right?
No, not really. You just see the rumours around that he's coming, and then you just see them.
Right,
roll
you're
out
laughing
training.
at me, Jack. Okay, you're a member of a golf club, right?
Yes.
When new stuff happens, you get an email.
Yes.
Similar.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
not
completely
similar
different.
at all.
No, but it should be. You shouldn't find out via the physios.
They're changing the pin position is a bit different than they're spending 40 million on Mesut Ozil.
Right, what a waste of money that turned out to be. We'll take calls.
It worked for the first couple of years.